Come on.
They're changing everything.
I think we're live. It's ambiguous. They have
Yep.
changed everything, and of course, so we're live. Let's just go with it.
Yep.
This is Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. I'm here with King Smarty today, November 5th, voting day in the U.S. Hey, Smarty, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Had a little internet trouble today, so that was not cool, but here we are.
Yeah, yeah. We've been running into all types of things, but that's what happens when change is upon us.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. So they basically didn't want us to talk, and they did, like I was going to talk with some Jedis earlier today. They didn't want us to talk or do pretty much anything. So here we are.
Right, right.
So I
Well,
am, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say the good news. It doesn't matter what they want because it's going to happen anyway.
Awesome. Awesome. So you had put something about Trump's truth bomb speech. I have not had a chance to look for any speeches he made. Can you tell us a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, it's the speech that everybody's been waiting for. It was actually done. The problem is it's being scrubbed, so expect it because it's going to be shown.
Oh, okay. So is there a place we can look it up or it'll like just resurface in the future?
It will resurface shortly, and it won't be the future. It'll well, not too far out.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
look for some time today, this evening. You know, it was all done and it was all recorded, and they were anticipating it, which is why they interfered with it all.
Yep.
That being said, it doesn't matter because it's still happening.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome. Such
it's
good
all it's
news.
all being exposed. They're all being shut down,
Yeah.
and the new money is in play, along with the new, the entire financial system, the health system, the education system. It's all in play.
So now, so everyone's voting. They're still fighting online about who's doing what. Should we be watching the results of that? Like, what should we be expecting, I guess?
I wouldn't worry about none of it. Period.
Okay. All right.
Only because those of us that were born for this time, we don't give a shit what some supposedly self-appointed people do or say.
Yeah, I agree.
So the only thing that we care about is what Daddy says and what Daddy has us do: enforce, eliminate, protect, heal, etc.
Okay.
Um, all of this shenanigans is basically just that shenanigans. It's all bullshit.
Okay.
We don't care about who wins, who loses within their own shit show. It's literally the less of two evils that you're voting for, right? We all know that.
Both bad.
Both bad, both
Yeah.
bad as shit. I might add, right? Because they all want to control and they all want to steer the course of history into a certain way.
Right.
Um, if you listen to what some of them are saying and some of the people around them are saying, you can see that they're not for us. You don't call a island of people trash,
No.
you know.
Yeah.
So that just proves my point as far as the darkness um that we still have to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got racist people out there that want to control you, no matter how you look at it.
I don't even know if it's so much racist, is it? It's just like they don't want the masses knowing anything, having any control or power. Although they did target one island, of course, but
Well, considering that they're reptilian and we're um, natural beings, I would call that racist.
yeah. Well, and also I thought it was interesting that they targeted Puerto Rico because that's where you're from. And I was like, well, that can't really be coincidental.
And it can't really be good for them either.
Right. Right.
And they all know where I was born at. They all know what they all know. There's a secret hidden base underground there that belongs to us. They all know it all. Come on, man. These people are literally at war with us. Literally. The fact that they're trying to hide us and they're trying to get ahead of the curve and trying to say that they're the ones in control and they're the ones that are all over the sky and it's a TR3 and all this other bullshit just goes to show you that they don't really want the truth out there now, do they?
No.
No, it does not, because Dad has said he wanted them to do an honorable disclosure. Do you see that happening?
No.
He also said that he wanted this shit done before the election. Yesterday was their last day to do that. Although there was a speech that they're covering up, it. We'll see what Dad wants to do with it because they tried. I can't say they didn't because they did. So we shall see how this plays out.
Okay.
Um, we did do some work this morning to go back in time and change a couple things. And the speech was one of them, just so you know.
So basically, they weren't going to do the speech, and then you made them do the speech.
You can say that.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
You remember that that Corey Good thing talked about? We don't know what they changed.
Yeah.
That's right. You don't
Yeah.
know what we changed, and you
Yeah.
don't know what we can change. Right?
Right.
This past week was a satanic week. It was a dark week, and this is why everybody, all the good people, no matter what you had to deal with, your banking, family members, car problems, internet problems, phone problems, everything that could have went wrong. Every fucking thing, including around here, right? At the, at the end of the day, we're still here. We're all still here, and they're not. That's the
Yeah.
big picture. We're still here, and they're not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why we woke up enlightened the next day, because these fuckers are done and gone. Now we have free will and open range to do whatever the fuck we want, as long as you don't harm nobody, as long as you keep you just be all around good person and help everybody. You're going to get what you deserve. The more you help, the more you get back. The more dirt shit you did, the more you get, you
To
know,
the back of the line.
escorted. Even worse, you get
Yeah.
escorted
Yeah.
to a place beyond Pebble Valley and beyond. So um, it's been a wild ride, and we are at the end of it. And we're not waiting for the U.S. elections, because this is not a fucking U.S. thing. This is a world thing. And for a long time, U.S., United States, and Israel thought they were the head honchos of it all, with their technology and with their, their abilities to mind fuck young adults into going out and doing what they're told to do, murdering innocent people, mainly children nowadays, right? And then the whole satanic bullshit. It's like, what the fuck? My watch started talking to me. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? Stupid shit like that. But because of all of their thinking they're the head honchos, now you got us coming in and saying, no, that's not happening. And we're colored. So it's like a bam, 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 take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we are not racist whatsoever. We operate in love and light. I don't care if you're blue, purple, pink. I'm going to show you the love that you deserve by our Father.
Right.
Um, in order for me to be a dickhead towards you, it's because you did something that you deserve that. Otherwise, I'm cool. We're having a good time. We're doing things that everybody should be a part of, helping people, educating, enlightening, healing. I'm teaching you guys all that. So that being said, all of the dark forces that just vacated are no longer here to stop us. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Awesome news.
Yes, ma'am. So
Yes.
expect all the changes that we are literally manifesting. Literally. We have the power to do so, and we're doing it. All right, go ahead. Let's go.
All right. All right. So the other day you did a live telegram, which I missed all but the end. And so my the last couple of questions, um, one was from Chris Gray. Okay, and I want to share this screen with you. Basically, Chris asked about the geography of the Earth. Can you see that? That's the map of, they call it Pangea when the continents were all together.
Right.
And I've been thinking about this since I heard that question. Of course, I missed everything else in the call, but we get on a plane in New York and we fly 9 hours, 16 hours to get to Europe, to get to wherever. Okay, so you said that is not accurate. All right. So I pulled up this map and I'm trying to understand, like, if you go to the east coast of the US, you see ocean. But looking at this map, you can see water, but not like as big as our normal map looks like. So basically, we've been totally, this is a huge, huge misinformation we've been given.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all connected. You can literally drive from all the landmass on that plant on that map right there.
Yeah.
And
So,
the borders, all that stuff was designed to make you believe that things are farther than they really are. There is land, there is water mass all over. However, we're literally on one big slab of terrain, and they broke it up to make it look like it's not what it is.
and they did that basically to keep us separated and isolated in our minds. Like we weren't, but they made us think we were, and that one area is better than the other.
Right, 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 and that's why they can go 200 miles or so many thousand miles that way, get all this gold, and then bring it that way. Um, Let me explain something to y'all. When every time I get orders from overseas, my orders get here with no problem and in record timing. And then everybody else's orders take months to get there. Why is that? Because my stuff, we're doing things differently. We're going straight. Daddy's making them send it right to me. And that's why. There's nothing interfering with what it is. When all that Israel and all the ships and all that stuff was on lockdown and nobody was getting their stuff, my stuff was getting here with no problems. Because we are literally on a mission to do everything we're doing, and there's nothing that's going to interfere with what we got going on, including their borders. It's a long,
Okay.
it's a lot to take in, a lot to process. But I told you all this stuff was going to be coming forward.
So how is it if we get in a plane at New York and we fly for 9 hours, we get to Europe? Like when we could be there much quicker, is what you're saying. What
Right.
are they doing? Are they just flying around randomly?
Yes, and if you look at if you research the pilots will tell you themselves that they're literally making us go in circles because that's what they're doing. Who controls the pot? Who controls the airlines? Cabal,
Government. Oh,
right?
come on. Yeah.
Cabal, government, same shit.
Yeah.
Who controls the boats? Same group of individuals. Who controls the banking? Same group of individuals. That's why they have all of these guys and all this map stuff here, and then on the outskirts they have the private sectors, the different districts, and then they have beautiful layouts of stuff over there, which is also being shown, being brought to the forefront that There are other districts. There are many moons, many simulated crystals that you guys know as suns, and all of these different landmass that are connected, and they make you believe that they're not. There's also individuals that were, I would say, apprehended or arrested who weren't even from none of these locations around the world. And they told the authorities that they were from blah,
Right.
blah, blah, which is way the fucking who knows where,
Yeah.
right? They even have the names. The guy even had his identification card with the foreign country that nobody knew about, foreign lands or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, all of this is being revealed. They did this on purpose to throw everybody off from the actual truth of it all, and also to create scarcity. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Where you gotta where you take a little diamond out of the ground that costs a penny, and then you take it over here and sell it for $1 million. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
Supply and demand. Yeah. That kind of stuff. But
meanwhile, they got containers and containers and containers full of these diamonds, and they're coming over here with it and selling you guys $2 diamonds that cost fucking millions of dollars here. And then they programmed you into believing you have to go to school, get an education, work, get married, buy that rock, buy that rock, so that they can continue their system. Everything that they've done to us is to create funding for their operations, because people are not going to work for money. I mean, people are not going to work for free,
right.
right? And they're not
Wow.
going to work the way we do, because we work for
Yeah.
dad, so we're basically working free.
Yeah.
They're not going to do things out of the kindness of their hearts like we do. So what do? They created all these different programs. They've created all these different fucking uh, uh, um, taxes and bills and permits. And you need a permit to fart nowadays. Like, what the fuck is going on? Next thing you know, you're gonna get it's not gonna happen. But next thing you know, you would have had to fucking get air credits just to breathe. You know what I'm saying? So they designed all this shit by design, is what I'm saying. They designed it all to enslave the people,
Right.
to make a workforce, and then secretly take our children so that they can get fed. They can get fed off, whether it's their blood, their meat, the labor. Because a lot of the children, a lot of people were taken off planet for labor. Like, this is huge what they've been doing down here. So when we say we're going to change, turn the planet right side up, it's because we're turning it right side up, and then everything is being exposed. They lied, they lied, they lied, they lied. So we're doing things in the open, which is
Right.
why, you're seeing the changes happen. We're doing things in a way where I'm in the open with it. I'm telling y'all what's going to happen, and it's happening. And who's backing me up? Your creator, our father, dad, God, source, Allah, whatever, the Almighty, right? Because
Right.
all of these different peoples and all of these different countries call daddy something different. And up there, we call him source. Right now, we're calling him daddy. So
Wow.
it's life changing type of things that's happening right as you speak. And there's so many things coming out about it. Go ahead.
This is mind blowing. This is like huge. I mean, like we've been talking through the years of all the things that have been, that they've purposely disclosed incorrectly to us. They manipulated us. This is
True.
huge. And like,
Yes.
just think of the travel ticket. If I want to go from here to here, I'm spending $1,000 or whatever, when it could be a car ride.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. This is why they don't want free energy. This is why they don't want
Yeah.
free ventures. If you go in a private jet and you try to go out of this district, you're going to meet with the military, and they're going to try to force you back this way or shoot you down. That's what's been happening, right? Um, the only way to travel now outside of the energetic dome is if you have approval by dad. You can get in your vehicle and then you just take off.
Okay.
If your energy signature is where it's supposed to be, you won't have no problems whatsoever. You'll get to the other side of West Bubblefuck and it'd be fantastic.
Well, I'm going to this is just a map I pulled up from, it's called Pangea. Okay, we learned about it in grade school. Okay,
Right,
and basically the continents broke apart. They kind of look like they fit together way back when, but the map that we're using for everything, we've got so much ocean between the continents. This is
right.
mind-blowing stuff. This is big.
Oh, it's there's so many mind blowing things happening right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and you notice that every time the earth or not the earth, but every time the consciousness and the people, every time the consciousness and the people are prepared for new information, there's always a new whistleblower coming out or a new person coming out with new shit to validate everything that I'm saying. Right?
right.
Recently, we got Jack Cruz coming out telling you guys that all you need is fucking lights. Right? So, what's in my products?
Frequencies.
Frequencies. What's frequencies? Energy, different lights, different spectrums of light, right?
Right,
All of the different holograms, they have light energy in them that I transformed from my own light body into the item. So he's showing you the way to where we're going. The chamber is nothing but light. No fucking nothing's plugged into walls, nothing. And a lot of the different frequencies and energy, the people can't even see with their naked eye still because they're so fucking polluted and dumbed down, they can't even see straight.
right.
So with what he's doing is showing everybody you can heal yourself with LED lights if you get the right ones. And just by changing your light and focus it on a certain subject like your eyes, your weight loss, all of the different things, you can become healthy. Not only that, you can use the same lights to anti-age you if you know how to do it. We have all the shit already. We have it all. There's nothing that we don't have,
Right.
meaning me and all the different products we have. We have it all already. The problem is that well, it's not a problem, but what's happening is there's stages and timing to it all. And when we get to the end of the where we need to be with the crystalline chambers, not everybody's going to understand it or even going to want to use it because they don't understand it. Some people are going to literally reject it until many years. They see everybody else doing it. Those of us that I've been educating you forever, y'all just gonna jump right in because y'all
Yep.
know it's legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of this is being done to lead us to the next phase of evolution. We are energy bodies. We are crystalline. We are crystals. We are atoms. We are material. We're literally all that combined, and we're getting ready to get out of this carbon-based body into a crystalline structure. And what shines better than crystals and diamonds? Come on, man. It don't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure this shit out. That dad told me that it was gonna take years for them to understand what I've been doing and what I'm doing. And the only way for them to understand it or even begin to understand it is through quantum physics, right? And even then, the quantum physics that they've been teaching and learning ain't fucking close to what really is. Not at all. So imagine you called Einstein one of the smartest in that time, and yet he didn't know shit. Imagine that. Then you got people like Terrence showing you that this is all wrong and this is the real way to do it, and he's got a bunch of patents and all that stuff, showing you guys that this is how it's done. But nobody talks about it. Nobody's talking about it, only him. And now it's like his shit is being scrubbed too. So at the end of the day, we got to the root source of all of the censorship, and it was the Israeli forces and the military industrial whatever complex bullshit, whatever you want to call yourselves, assholes. That's what I call y'all. Not all of y'all anyway. I like some of y'all. But at the end of the day, it's all being exposed, and they have to come to the light with it all, or they face consequences that they weren't prepared for. Nobody expected somebody to appear with abilities to just evaporate people, places, and things. People still don't believe it when I tell them I can do it. Do I care? No, not at all. Not at all.
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
it is.
Well, talking about the light bulbs, the incandescent bulbs are actually, illegal to purchase anymore. They can't make them anymore. So when Clinton was elected, he did three things that were really questionable. That was the second thing. They put in these LED bulbs because they're higher efficiency, right? Which of course we know they're not good for you, right? The fluorescent and all this high efficiency bulbs, but they banned incandescent bulbs.
Right.
Why? Okay. The first thing they did, they said don't ask, don't tell about gays in the military. And soon as that came out, boom, so many gays got beat up and killed. All right. So not a good move.
Right.
Third thing they did, which is still in effect, is they taxed all of our telecommunications. So every phone bill has a line item in there, some kind of a bogus tax, and it was supposed to be so every person in America had access to a computer. All right. That's been out there for 20, 30 years. Where's that money gone to? I wonder. Right?
Yep. And they wanted you all access to computers because of the blue screens, like Jack talked about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not only that, they also changed the cable industry, the cable systems, and all that too. Because if they didn't change the cable, you would have seen demon faces a lot sooner.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
they changed all of that just to conceal themselves. And this is
Yeah.
this is this is where I was going with. We're doing things in the open, and they're doing things in the
Yeah.
behind the scenes in the
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
And we're shining so much fucking light on the planet that your asses is gone, done.
Yeah. Well, I was somewhere the other day and there was a TV on and I looked at it and I was like, oh, because it was a commercial or something and they were not human in the commercial, right? And I could clearly see it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you know, again, you'd have to be looking and kind of know what you're looking at, I guess, unless if you're a regular person. So,
It's not that hard to see what they've been doing.
yeah,
And even in cartoons, there's reptilians in cartoons, there's pizzas in cartoons, there's subliminal messages in cartoons. It's everywhere.
I know.
It's what they've been doing. And they've been doing
Horrible,
it in the open.
horrible. And we didn't know, until we did know, but it's horrible once you see it.
Yeah.
Once you see, you can't unsee. That's the problem, which I think is a good thing because it makes us go forward.
Yes,
You
it
know?
does. Yes, it
Yeah,
does. And there's no options. We don't have options to go back. We
right,
can't we can't we can't go back to sleep.
right,
It's not happening.
right,
It's like a new computer. You put new software in, you can't go back and get the old software because you just updated it.
right, right.
So
That's where
that's
we
what
are.
that's what happened. Yeah.
So we had talked whatever day it was about this is really a simulation, a game, if you will. But then I said it's a very serious, we must win this game, right? So my question is, are all realities a simulation or like a video game?
Um, not all, but there are some. There are some. Basically, well, it's all energy. So the creator, Dad, created everything, and he created some natural and some simulations. So what that means is you have a planet that's natural, but they also simulated it. So there's some things here that are natural, and there's some things that are obviously simulated, which is why you see birds not flying and they're stuck in the sky, or stupid shit like that. That's the part of the simulation. However, we are natural beings, we are natural entities, and the land is our inhabitants. So it's a little complicated, but there's natural and simulated, if that makes sense.
So simulated would be like, like in a video game, the non-playable characters or whatever they put in the background to like flush it out, to round it out. And we've talked about that before. I had asked you how many humans were here on Earth, real humans, because we're told there's something like 8 billions, and you said there's a lot less than that. And I think you said like 3.5 billion, not 8 billion. Doesn't really matter, but all those extra ones are there to kind of round out the illusion, right?
Right, right. So a lot of the fake ones are designed to control and keep their system going. It's like an AI put an AI bot into Deep Blue to mine our coins. So you put fake humans in to mine the humans. Mine,
Yikes.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we definitely need to win the game, and that's what we're here to do, what we are doing,
Well,
what
we
we've
already
done.
we already won. We're walking into that reality. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so I had done some video interviews with Deanna and talking about like some points in history that have been basically corrupted. All right, so we've been informed wrongly. Okay, so we were told a certain thing, which is totally wrong. And then we talked about war the other day, what the purpose of war was. And you've already said reptilians create the war for, of course, they get the money, but they get the loosh, the negative and dark energies, feelings, or whatever, the fear. And they also get the bodies to eat. All right. And of course, during war, you can't really track all those that are missing. All right.
Yeah,
And
that's
then the
true.
vampires as well. So here's my question. Throughout history, we've had wars like hundreds of years ago. We'll talk the Civil War, Revolutionary War, whatever it is. So these vampires and reptilians have been here, and look at the advantage that they've had above the regular human. Number one, we don't even know they exist, but they also have technology. They have transportation, communication, and all sorts of stuff that we don't even know exists. So they are always winning, no matter who's fighting the war or who's doing this or that.
Right. We
Boom.
we're literally an ant farm.
Yeah.
Look at an ant farm.
Yeah.
All right. Watch the way the ant farms do things. Or the ants within the farms.
Yeah.
And then look at all this around us. We're
Yeah.
super high tech than a fucking ant,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
So
what they're doing.
they've got the tunnels, they've got the technology, the disguise, the this, the that, and they also have had time to plan and get together their dark plans and agendas. Now
Right.
we've been living our lives struggling for food, blah blah blah. We don't even know they exist. How can you fight something you don't know exists?
That's the point. That's why we're here educating you guys. And they've been using us against ourselves.
Yeah.
For instance, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not consume flesh, blah 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 blah. So what are they doing? They're getting us killing each other, and then they're getting us eating ourselves, not knowing that we're eating ourselves because we go to the fast food joint, expect to get a burger, and it turns out to be human meat.
Right.
So they've been doing all these nefarious things to us, and we're going against God, we're going against Daddy, what He made us for and do, right? Not knowing that we're going against Him. And then when we tell you, hey man, there's McDonald's in that food, I mean, there's human parts in that McDonald's food, and the ignorant people be like, oh, we don't care, it's good anyway. Good for who? So they successfully program people with the reality TV, the bullshit music, the bullshit video games, all of the different learning systems, education, blah blah blah. Like it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
We need to change it all. We are changing it all. We did change it all.
Well, I'm just trying to point some of this stuff out because I want people that are watching this to realize how big the lie is, how complex it is, how deeply ingrained it is in our education, right?
That's true. Very true.
Wow. Huge,
They've
huge.
been they've been messing with us for a long time, and this is it. It's over for them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, next question. Your Queen Elizabeth story.
Mhm.
So can you tell me about her demise?
It's simple. She tried to get away and she couldn't. And that's it.
It was a little more fun than that, but she tried to run away through a portal and you stopped her.
Yeah, we went into the palace and we were hunting everybody down in the palace, mainly her. And in the basement of the palace or the den or whatever you want to call it, there was a gateway and there was a portal there. So everybody started running towards it, and right before they got to it, me with the teleportation abilities that I have, we were right there waiting for them. And as soon as they got closer, we just sliced and diced them up. And then they had to fake it. They had to fake her from there on forward. There was a report of one of her bodyguards saying that after she died, blah blah blah. Also, how she was a part of the secret space program, and which she was one of the leaders, if you would, but she also had a hierarchy, um, which was a Pandora, some bullshit name, whatever his name was too. I'll chop him up too. Um, so many different entities that we annihilated. It was just so easy, and now we're dealing with with the low level individuals who are just like minions who don't realize their masters were taken care of. I've been
Right,
telling y'all this for the last couple of years that we already took them out.
right, right.
So you got, for instance, you got the devil, you got Satan, you got Lucifer, you got all these different names for these different individuals, which were nothing but reptilian overlords, right? And they actually have real reptilian names. And those are the ones that actually were targeted first. So we took them out first. And a lot of them weren't even on Earth.
Oh,
Okay. So mainly one of the queens, she was like a white, like kind of like fucking that Kim Kardashian shit.
yeah.
Literally something like that, a lot bigger. And she was on a different planet, constantly giving birth to soldiers. So I sliced and diced that bitch too.
So, thank you. So, what year did you do the Queen Elizabeth Tunnel thing?
uh,
Ah, goodbye. We've had lots of internet trouble here today. So, I'm at the library in a room, which is why I'm trying to be quiet. Um, and Smarty even lost his internet today. So, they did not want us talking. But, anyways, I wanted everyone to see how big the issue is. Okay, Smarty, come on. Okay, we're gonna have to cut this part out. I'll just entertain. So that map I looked up was Pangea. So I learned about that in school, and we were told that the continents drifted apart, and that's how we created the countries and this and that. And that's not true, obviously. It's shocking though, isn't it? Because how big is that? Okay. I'm waiting on Smarty to come back on. So somebody asked, how do you spell Pangea? You spelled it correctly. And there's different maps, of course, and then they show you how the continents drift apart. But it when I heard that, I was shocked. And he had said something like that before, but I was also thinking we've got tunnels along the entire Earth. Well, now it makes sense how much closer it is to use those tunnels. But it is shocking because we have so much ocean, or so we thought, between the continents. Now, maybe not so much. Okay, getting sick of being alone here, Smarty. Okay, everybody's clear the lines and make it easy for Smarty to come back on with us. Done. If anyone basically recorded that call from Saturday night, the Telegram recording, if it's usable, would you send it to Smarty so that he can share it around? And then, yeah, I guess that's it. Um, Come on. Well, it was dawned on me that the pilots might not even know that they're just given coordinates. Maybe they don't even know. His Smarty's internet got shut down. Let's see. Oops. Are we done, do you think, or what? All right. Well, I'm at the library. Thanks for everything. They don't. Okay, well, I have a whole list, but we'll talk about it again. Okay? Thank you. All right. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. Smarty is done for the day. His internet totally went down, as did mine today. Neither my phone or my computer works. So they do not want this information out. I'm really sorry we got cut off. So I will upload this and I will add that map if I can grab it to the end of this video. And it's just opening your minds a little bit more, but we'll do another live as soon as we're able to. Thanks so much, and I'm sorry for the poor connection. Bye-bye.